Thank you for joining me in this webinar. My name is Ankita, and today's webinar is dedicated to business communication. Okay, we will see how to communicate on telephone with a receptionist or with your client or your boss. Okay, so this is business telephone communication. What are the phrases that we use? What words we use? What phrasal verbs we use, which are specific to business communication. So let's begin with this topic. It is a very interesting topic and extremely useful too. So let's begin. All right. Introduction to telephone communication. When we are speaking on the telephone, we use some phrases and idioms that we don't usually use in conversation. So, could you answer this question? How many phone calls do you make each day? How many phone calls do you make each day? Probably a lot, isn't it? Um, what percentage of your workday is spent on the phone? Do you prefer to call or send an email? What do you prefer? Do you prefer writing an email or just giving a phone call? What is it that you prefer? Yes. So, example of telephone dialogue. Let's read. So, this is a conversation between the receptionist and Kevin. The receptionist says, "Hello, Brooks Company, how can I help you?" So, the name of the company is Brooks Company. And she says, "How can I help you?" This is normally how receptionists or customer service agents greet people. Okay, "How can I help you?" Kevin says, "This is Kevin Stevenson. Can I have extension 3421? Extension 3421. Okay, so an extension is basically the internal phone number of a particular employee. Okay, in big, especially in very big organizations, people have extensions, right? So whenever you give a call to anyone at the office, you have to go through the receptionist, and the receptionist will connect you to the person you want to speak to. Okay, so Kevin says, "Can I have extension 3421?" So Kevin is aware of the extension number. If someone is not aware, you can simply ask, "Okay, can you transfer my call to Mr. Steve, so and so, whatever, Mr. Steve Smith? Can you transfer my call to Mr. Steve Smith?" Okay, and then the receptionist will say, "Okay, I will transfer the call," and she knows the extensions of every employee. Okay, so in this case, Kevin already knows the extension, so he has directly asked, "Okay, can I have extension 3421?" Receptionist says, "Sure, hold on a minute, I'll put you through." What do you mean by hold on? Hmm? Hold on means please wait. I think you know what it means, right? So hold on. And we all use this frequently, right? Hold on a minute. That means wait a minute. Okay? "I'll put you through." What do you mean by put you through? Put you through is connect with that person. So put someone through is a phrasal verb with the direct object between the verb and the participle. Okay, so this is the object in between the verb and the participle. So put someone through, put you through. That means I will transfer your call to extension 3421. Put through is put someone through is to transfer. Okay, to transfer. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, next example. In this example, there is a conversation between John and Kevin. John says, "Daniel Frank's office." John speaking. So The first thing that he says is the name of the office, the name of the company. Daniel Frank's office. John speaking, and my name is John. This is Kevin Stevenson calling. Is Daniel in? Is Daniel in? I'm afraid he's out at the moment. I'm afraid he's out at the moment. Can I take a message? Okay, so here, in and out means in the office and out of the office. Okay, so this is a common way of saying in the office and out of the office by simply saying the words in and out. In this context, the word in means in the office and out means out of the office. All right, so I'm going to repeat this conversation again. Daniel Frank's office, John speaking. This is Kevin Stevenson calling. Is Daniel in? I'm afraid he's out at the moment. Can I take a message? So you offer, John is offering to take a message, okay, which he will then give to Mr. Daniel, okay, to Daniel, okay. So let's move on. We're going to continue with the conversation between Kevin and John. So Kevin says, yes, you could you ask him to call me at 755-1234? Could you ask him? So he said, can I take a message? And the message is to ask Daniel to call John at this number. Could you ask him to call me? John, could you repeat the number, please? Could you repeat the number? Sure, that's 755-1234. That's okay. That is 755-1234. And this is Kevin Stevenson. So he is also repeating his name. Okay. John says, thank you, Mr. Stevenson. I'll make sure that John gets the message ASAP or ASAP. What do you mean by ASAP or ASAP? So ASAP means as soon as possible. I'll make sure that John gets this message as soon as possible, at the earliest. ASAP is as soon as possible. As soon as possible. All right. ASAP. Let's move on. Answering the phone. Okay, so now what are the different ways of answering the phone? Okay, in an office setting, of course not at home, but in an office setting, these are the words and phrases that you can use in order to answer the call. So first you mention the name of the company, for example, Microsoft Inc. This is your name, whatever your name is. This is Ankita. How can I help you? So Microsoft Inc. This is Ankita. How can I help you? Okay. So you make sure that you introduce yourself. Okay, at least you tell your name so that the person knows who he spoke to. Okay. Next, good morning or afternoon or evening. This is Ankita. How may I direct your call? How may I direct your call? That means whom can I transfer your call to? So who would you like to speak to? Okay. Hello, Ankita speaking. How can I assist you today? How can I assist you today? Okay, it is the same as how can I help you? How can I assist you? Hello, you've reached the department name of company name. So department can be, say for example, HR, and company name can be Microsoft. So hello, you've reached the HR of Microsoft Inc. Okay, so these are the 4 different ways you can answer a business call. By giving your company name first, then your personal name, and then saying how can I help you. Or you can give the company name, your name, and then what can I assist you with today. Hmm? Or you can say, how may I direct your call? This is what the receptionists say. Okay, how may I direct your call? That means, how can I transfer your call? To whom can I transfer your call? Would you like to speak to Mr. Smith or Mr. John or Mr. Whatever, uh, Stephen, whatever. Okay? Yes. Next, introducing oneself and asking for someone. Introducing oneself and asking for someone. So, introducing oneself, that is what we'll see first. How do you introduce yourself? Good morning, this is Michael Jones from Microsoft Inc. Could I speak to the could I speak to Mr. Steve Peterson? I'm calling on behalf of Apple, or I'm calling on behalf of Daniel. Okay, so on behalf of means in his position. I'm calling on behalf of that person. Hmm? Because that person wants to speak to the concerned person in your office. Okay, so this is how you introduce yourself. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anyone. This is Michael Jones from the name of the company. Could I speak to this person? I'm calling on behalf of my boss. Okay, asking for someone. How will you ask for now? In the first introducing oneself, you have, that is, you've given the entire introduction. Next, you can ask for an extension. So can I have extension number 3421? You can give the extension number. Can I have extension number 3421? That means, can I speak to the person who has this extension number? Okay. Then, could I speak to the name of the person? So, could I speak to whoever? Could I speak to Mr. Steve Peterson? Is Steve in? Is he in? Okay, that means, is he in the office? Right? So, can I have this extension? Or could I speak to this person? Or is this person in? Okay, so whenever you call someone, you first introduce yourself by greeting the person by saying good morning, then introducing yourself by giving your name and your company, and then telling what business you have with them. So is it, do you want to speak to a concerned person at the office? And then how will you ask for that person? You can either tell them the extension, or you can tell them the name of the person you want to speak to, or simply ask if that person is in the office. Okay, next, asking who is calling. Okay, so now you are the receptionist. Just an example, you are the receptionist and someone has called you and is asking you to transfer the call to another person in the office. Now, how will you ask this person who he or she is? These are the sentences or the phrases that you can use. So, may I have your name, please? Hmm? May I have your name, please? If that person does not introduce himself or herself, you can ask for the name. May I have your name, please? Or who am I speaking with? Who am I speaking with? मैं किससे बात कर रही हूँ? Who am I speaking with? May I ask who is calling, please? क्या मैं पूछ सकती हूँ कौन कॉल कर रहा है? So asking who is calling. Let's move on. Connecting someone and replying when someone is available. Okay, so here we'll see another role play. Hold on, let me see if she's available. Sure, I'll put you through. Sure, one moment please. It will be a few minutes. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm afraid the person is not available at the moment. The person is on another line at the moment. Would you like to hold? Okay, so this is not a role play. This is how you can reply when someone is unavailable. Okay, the person you want to talk to is not available in the office. This is how the receptionist will reply. She can say, hold on, let me see. Okay, so she's asking you to hold so that she can check. Hold on, let me see if she's available. Next, next. Sure, I'll put you through. That means I will transfer your call. I'll put you through. I'll transfer your call. Sure, one moment, please. Instead of saying hold on, you can say one moment, please. Next, it will be a few minutes. I'm going to put you on hold. Yes. So she's saying that, okay, it will take a few minutes. So you might have to wait for 2 or 3 minutes. Until that time, I'm going to put you on hold. Okay, I'm going to ask you to wait. And then they put you on hold and they play some music, right? Next, I'm afraid the person is not available at the moment. I'm afraid the person is not available at the moment. Person's name, and then you say he's on another line. So Mr. Jobs is on another line at the moment. Would you like to hold? He's on another line. That means he's speaking with someone else. Mr. Jobs is speaking with someone else. Mr. Jobs is on another line at the moment. Would you like to hold? Hmm? So you can give them the option. Would you like to hold or call back later? Okay, so these are some of the ways in which a receptionist replies when the boss or the concerned person is unavailable. Okay, let's move on. Common telephone idioms. Match the expressions with the meanings. Telephone idioms. Person's name isn't in today. So Mr. Jobs isn't in today. How will you continue? He isn't in today. What does it mean? Isn't in means he didn't come to work. He isn't in, that means he didn't come to work today. Okay, isn't in. Next, Mr. Jobs is tied up at the moment. He is tied up. That means he is currently busy. He's tied up means he is currently busy. Okay. Next, Mr. Jobs stepped out of the office. He stepped out of the office. What do you mean? He stepped out? Stepped out, that means he has stopped working and went home. Okay, he stepped out. Uh, Sorry. Okay, so he has stepped out. That means he is not in his office at the moment. Okay, normally you say he has just stepped out. That means he is not in his office at the moment. And he has left for the day means he has stopped working and went home. Okay. He has stepped out. That means he is not in his office. It could also mean that he has left for home. All right. So you can confirm, okay, has he finished for today? Okay, is he done for today? That means has he gone home? And if you if the person says he has left for the day, that means he has stopped working and went home. Okay? All right. Next, taking a message. Hmm? How do you take a message, or how does a receptionist take the message? Mr. Kevin isn't taking calls right now. Could I take a message? So he is not taking, maybe he's busy in a meeting, or he is busy on another call, or he has simply asked the receptionist to not disturb him for any reason. So the receptionist will say, he isn't taking calls right now. Could I take a message? Could I take a message from you? Could I write down? I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson is in a meeting until 10 a.m. Would you like to call back again later? I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson is in a meeting until 10 a.m. Would you like to call back again later? Okay, he's in a meeting until 10 a.m. Would you like to call back? Call back means to call again. Next, Mr. Peterson is out today. That means he is not in the office today. Okay, he's out today. Can I forward you to his voicemail? So when the person forwards someone to the voicemail, it means that you are asked to leave a message on the voicemail. Okay, and the message will go directly to Mr. Peterson and not to the receptionist. Okay, can I forward you to his voicemail? Next, person's name, or Mr. Peterson is on the phone at the moment. He's on a call or on the phone at the moment. Can I have her call you back? Okay, so you can say, can I have him call you back? If it is a woman, then you can say, can I have her call you back? Okay, call back. I can have her call you back later. Okay, that means I can ask her to call you. Would you like to put would you like to be put through to her voicemail? Would you like to be put through to her voicemail? That means, would you like me to transfer your call to the voicemail of the concerned person? Okay. All right. So let's move on. Requesting to leave a message. Could you tell him that I called, please? Could you tell him that I called, please? Is how you request the person to leave a message. Next, could you ask him to call me back at his earliest convenience? Could you tell him that I called, and could you ask him to call me back at his earliest convenience? Okay. You can also use is it possible? And how will you use that? You will say, is it possible to receive something? So is it possible to receive a refund? Is it possible is always followed by an infinitive. I bought this shirt, but it's too big. I'd like to have the smaller size instead. Okay, so I bought a shirt, but it's too big. I'd like to have the smaller size instead. How will you say the same thing using is it possible? So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think. Okay, so how will you say the same thing using is it possible? You can say, is it possible to have a smaller size? Is it possible to have a smaller size? Next, may I speak with Henry Clark? He is not in at the moment. So she can say, is it possible to speak with Henry Clark? He is not in at the moment. Okay? Okay. Asking to repeat someone. How will you ask the person to repeat? Maybe you want the person to repeat because you did not hear very well, or maybe there was disturbance, or the volume is too low. Okay, or maybe because you were busy with something else and you couldn't focus. Okay, so how will you ask the person to repeat? Could you please speak more slowly? Hmm? So if the person spoke too fast, you can say, could you speak more slowly? Next, I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said, or I didn't follow what you said. So I didn't catch what you said, or I didn't follow what you said. Could you speak up a bit? Or could you speak a bit louder? Could you speak up a bit? Or could you speak a bit louder? Next, is that letter? Okay, so is that Y as in yellow? Okay, is that C as in cat? That means this is, you use this if you want to confirm the letter that you know what you heard is what they said, right? So is that C as in a cat? Is that Y as in yellow? All right. Next, I think we have a bad connection. Can I call you back? All right, so sometimes the connection is not very good, there's no network. So you can simply say, I think we have a bad connection. Can I call you back? Next, I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please? I'm sorry, could you repeat that? So this is simply saying, could you repeat it? All right. Next, ending a conversation. Right. So how will you end the conversation? It has been a pleasure speaking with you. So the last sentence you can say, oh, it has been a pleasure speaking with you. I have a meeting now, so I have to run. So if you're interrupting, if you're cutting the conversation in the middle, you can say, I have a meeting now, so I have to run. Next, is there anything else I can assist you with or help you with or do for you? Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay, so you have solved one question, or if you have answered the first question and then you are asking, is there anything else I can assist you with? Next, thanks for calling, have a great day. Be sure to contact me if you have any more problems. Don't hesitate to call again if you have any more questions. Don't hesitate. Katrana nahi, don't mind. So don't hesitate to call again if you have any more questions. Next, touch base and get in touch. Okay, so what do you mean by touch base or get in touch? The expression touch base or get in touch means to briefly make contact with someone again. So I will get in touch with you before the end of the week, or I will touch base with you before the end of the week. Okay. How often do you touch base with your boss or with your clients? How often do you get in contact make contact with your boss or with your clients, touch base or get in touch. Now, these are some of the phrasal verbs that we saw in today's topic, and what they mean. Okay, so we have to match the meaning to each phrasal verb. I'm going to give you 10 seconds so that you can try and solve this exercise by yourself. And then after 10 seconds, I'll give you the answers. All right? All right. Phrasal verbs. Match meaning to each phrasal verb. Hold on. Hold on. What does it mean, hold on? It means wait, right? Hold on. Wait. Put someone through to someone else. Put somebody through to somebody else. What does it mean? Connect one caller to another. Okay. Next, hang up. Hang up means put the receiver down. Hang up. And next, get through to somebody. Get through to somebody means to be connected to someone on the phone. Get through to somebody means to be connected to someone on the phone. Next, call somebody back. Call someone back. I'll call you back. That means I'll return a call. Okay, so hold on means wait. Put you through or put someone through means connect one caller to another. Hang up means to put the receiver down. Get through to someone means to be connected to someone on the phone. And call someone back is to return a call. Okay, let's move on. Now we'll do some more. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to work on these. Okay, so to pick up means pick up, answer a call, get back to someone, I'll get back to you. That means return someone's call, be cut off. Cut off is to be disconnected during a call. Switch off or turn off means deactivate a cell phone, and speak up is to talk more loudly. Okay, so once again, pick up, answer a call, get back to, return the call, be cut off, be disconnected during a call, switch off or turn off is deactivate a cell phone, speak up, talk loudly or talk louder. All right, now fill in the blanks. Telephone phrasal verbs. Fill in the blanks with a phrasal verb. So these are the phrasal verbs that we learned today. I hope you understood everything and you will be able to answer the questions. So let's start. Hello, could I speak to Anna Rodriguez, please? She is not in the office at the moment. Can I to her voicemail? Can I put you through? Okay, so can I put you through to her voicemail, please? Okay. Can I put you through to her voicemail, please? That means transfer your call to her voicemail. Could I speak to Emma Brown, please? Sure. Hold on a moment. Sure. Hold on a moment. Okay. Automated operator. Please dash and try your call again. This is a recording. Please hang up. To cut the call means to hang up. Please hang up and try your call again. Hang up. Okay. Let's move on. All right. Next. I would appreciate if everyone could dash their cell phones. We have a lot of important things to discuss and we don't want to be interrupted. So he doesn't want to be interrupted. He will ask people to switch off or turn off their cell phones. All right, so switch off. Switch off. Okay, I would appreciate if everyone could switch off their cell phones. Next. Hi, it's Olga calling. Could I speak to Mark, please? I'm sorry, he's not in at the moment. Can I take a message? Yes. Could you ask him to dash me dash when he gets in? It's urgent. Could you ask him to call me back? Could you ask him to call me back when he gets in? It's urgent. Okay, next. You've reached Julia and Ben. We are not available to take your call right now, but if you leave a message, we'll dash you as soon as we can. Thanks. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Get back to. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. I can't dash the bank. They keep putting me on hold. I cannot get through to the bank. I cannot get through to the bank. They keep putting me on hold. All right. Can you complete the dialogue with the correct prepositions? That means in, an, on, at, off, and so on. So let's see what are the right prepositions. Good afternoon, you've reached Peterson and Brothers. Nicole speaking. How may I direct your call? Hello, my name is George Harris and I'm calling on behalf of Coleman Products. I'm calling on behalf of Coleman Products. I'd like to speak to Kevin Reed. I'd like to speak to Kevin Reed. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Let me see if he's available. Sure. Unfortunately, Kevin just stepped out of his office. Can I take a message? He just stepped out of his office. Can I take a message? Okay, so these are the prepositions. You have to be very careful which prepositions you use where. Okay, let's continue. Yes, could you tell him that I called and asked him to call me back at his earliest convenience? At his earliest convenience. Could you tell him that I called and asked him to call me back at his earliest convenience? Sure, could you provide a number where he can reach you? It's 245-1234. Is there anything else that I can assist you with? Is there anything else that I can assist you with? No, that's all. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. Okay, so I hope that this particular topic was very helpful to you. Hmm. Please practice the phrases that you learned today with your friends and family, or whenever you give a call to someone, so that it stays in your memory. Well, that's it for today. I'm signing off and wish you all the best for your English practice. See you in the next webinar.